Eric, you've always had a shooter in the starting lineup in recent years, Duncan or Max. Is that a role that you could see Tyler filling? And was it always the thought that if you go with these five, that Tyler can sort of, to some degree, handle some of that?
To some degree.
Well, I know he only made his first four today, but one game sample
I think he
size.
would find that very insulting if we didn't say that he was an elite shooter. Even in our draft workout, I think he had, to this day, our best score in our shooting drills. But it's the versatility. That's what he can bring to whatever lineup. Yes, he can play off the ball. I think that is really helpful, in that starting lineup. But he also can play with the ball, and it'd be extremely dangerous in pick and rolls, off the dribble, catch and goes, in transition. And I think he showed pretty much all of that, just in the short sample size tonight.
What different does Caleb bring to the starting lineup at the four, just with his athleticism at that spot?
Yes, it's the speed, it's the quickness, and I don't want to say like difference to what we've had before. Like this is all part of the process of being open-minded to how our team will be different, and this is just the beginning. We don't even know where the other differences will show themselves, as we get into the season. But certainly his quick twitch, his speed, his quickness on both ends of the court, and he has a great ability also to put the ball on the floor and make some plays. He can spot up, shoot, and play off the ball. He's a great cutter. And defensively, he's extremely versatile. Yeah, he can guard a lot of different guys.
We saw last year how adding a playmaker and Kyle kind of greased the wheels for Jimmy and Bam a little bit, letting them chase mismatches and initiate less. So, what is having two other playmakers now in the starting lineup, aside from Jimmy and Bam, how does it make their lives easier?
Yeah, I think that's an important aspect of Kyle and his genius as a basketball player. Particularly now, point guards coming into the league, they're very ball dominant, and that's not a criticism. That's just how the game has gone. That point guards are learning how to control the game and dictate the game with the ball in their hands, making the decisions, spread pick and rolls over and over and over. Kyle has proven over the course of his career he can be that ball dominant guard and get everybody organized, or he can literally play extensive minutes off the ball and still be really effective. That championship year with Toronto, he was almost a two guard because that's what he probably sensed and felt, and their coaching staff, that other guys and needed the ball in their hands, and he easily shifted, and I think that just that's a great luxury. And he also has that innate feel for when he needs to be on the ball or when he can feel like, all right, these guys need to play, and they need to feel comfortable, or I need to get the ball here. And I think that'll be important because we have a lot of firepower, we have a lot of versatility that we can go to, but of course, like any good player in this league, they're going to feel more comfortable when the ball is in their hands. And this team, as we move forward, I challenge them to get more comfortable and more efficient, more effective, and find different ways to impact the offense when the ball's not in their hands.
You talked about Caleb's defense earlier, but tonight's matchup against Zion probably represented one of the more difficult challenges in terms of handling that kind of overt physicality. How do you think he did, and what do you see as far as other challenges that he might have to deal with?
You're not going to, stop that locomotive just with one guy, no matter who that guy is. So it really is dependent on your team defense. It was a small sample size when he was matched up against him, but still, whatever matchup it's going to be that he takes on the challenge night to night, it's still going to be about positioning, speed, quickness, how disruptive he can be, and he can be all of those things. and you can shift him from one matchup to another seamlessly.
The decision to sign Drew Smith to a two-way contract.
Is that already out here?
Where does that come from? What's the background on that?
I'm going to pause before I answer anything about the business right now.
Have you made your moves at all for?
We're working on
cut
it. That's
down?
why I was a little bit late. We're working on everything right now. How did Shams get it? Is he here?
So you've been talking about Tyler defensively recently. I think he had 4 blocks tonight, and he was just getting a lot of those just swipe down steals that were just working out in his favor.
Did he have 4 blocks?
Yes, he did, and he had a steal as well.
Jeez.
Just where do you see that? Is there more willingness, I guess, for him to gamble in that way if he's kind of benefiting in that way with getting 4 blocks?
That's an anomaly, the 4 blocks. No, but his commitment defensively is something that he's really taken to heart. He's really worked at it. He worked on his body just to handle, bigger matchups, which you saw tonight. He's always been one of our quicker guys laterally, which, probably to the average fan, they don't really notice that. He's great on closeouts. It was a matter of adding some strength to be able to handle, the second moves that you're facing in this league quite often. But his activity, with his hands, getting deflections, getting his hand to the ball on passes, that's definitely a point of emphasis, and we'll continue, hopefully, to make that better. And if he gets contests, that's fine. I don't think he'll be leading the league in blocks, but the commitment on that side of the floor is what I'm encouraged by overall.
Is playing with more pace than last year a point of emphasis, and why is it sort of important for this
I
group?
think yes. I think it's also probably a point of emphasis for every team in the league at this time of year, and then can you sustain it? But our speed, our quickness, our versatility, those are some of our strengths offensively, and we're quite naturally going to try to maximize that. Okay, thank you.